Is that Paris Hilton? Wow. Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And indeed, this is a live news show for movie fans where we talk about all the big trending movie news headlines of the day. And we'll be talking about Venom 3 that broke over the weekend, Avatar 2 Runtime. It's a bit long, guys. The Fall Guy movie has some new casting announcement. And what the heck happened with Henry Cavill this weekend, guys? And he exited The Witcher. It's Halloween, guys. So we got some celebrity Halloween costumes to look at. But it's Monday, so we'll start off by taking a look at the weekend box office report. All right, guys. Well, I think this is a no-brainer, right? Whoops. Hey, it's Monday. I screwed up. Weekend box office report for this weekend. It was pretty much a no-brainer that Black Adam was going to come in. I know that it's Halloween time and Halloween Ends is out in the theaters. Smile. Pray for the Devil opened up, and we'll see what happened there. And this is where we're going to start off today's movie news, because it is the weekend, and I thought we would just take a look at the numbers here. So let's just take a look at Box Office Mojo here. For week 43, October 28th to the 30th, number 1 was Black Adam, number 2 was Ticket to Paradise, number 3 was Pray for the Devil, number 4 was Smile, and number 5 was, well, Halloween Ends. Oddly enough, okay, yeah, it's still hanging in there with 3.8 million, but Black Adam, 27.7 million in the first spot. It dropped only 58%, which is pretty good. Now, some people will say that it still hasn't broken even and it's going to be like a failure. No, Black Adam's not. And let's just pull up those numbers right now. I'll tell you that it's not going to be like that because, guys, international, let's take into account the international numbers here. 139 for the international numbers, 111.1 for the domestic. So 250 worldwide, 250.1. And here's why. Because there's really nothing big opening up this next weekend here. No other big announcement or big reveals for this box office this weekend. So Black Adam will have another weekend here in the top spot. But it will fall down after next week, after this coming Friday, because on the 11th, Wakanda Forever opens up. So it'll slow down there. Now it's made 250. The budget was around 180 to 200 million for Black Adam, and you take in marketing on top of that. So it's probably somewhere around the break-even mark right about now for those costs, but considering that studios only get a percentage of the box office haul, right? Like the actual theaters take their gross, it's going to make its break-even point for sure, because it's going to make another 50 million over the next week here for sure. So it's probably going to start to level out really around 300 million, and that's going to be profitable for Black Adam, and it should be, because it was a lot of fun at the theaters, guys. I had lots of fun with Black Adam. I recommend that if you're looking for something to go out and watch other than a scary movie right now, go watch Black Adam, because Dwayne Johnson, he brought it. And I'm not going to try to twist or contort that into something that it's not. It's not a failure, guys. Black Adam's not a failure. And number 2, it stayed at the same. Number 1 and 2 stayed at the same. Ticket to Paradise. I like Ticket to Paradise quite a bit. Now, it was more of a drama than a comedy. You saw my straight out of the theater, and my review is up on the channel right now for that, guys. 119.3 worldwide for the Julia Roberts, George Clooney movie, Ticket to Paradise. Okay, that's cool. No problems there. But opening up this weekend was Pray for the Devil, guys. My straight out of the theater reactions up on the channel right now, plus my spoiler discussion that we did on the weekend for it. 7 million. And that's pretty much where I expected it to be, to tell you the truth. It's actually a little bit more. I was expecting maybe around the 5 million, but I guess, it was the... it is the Halloween weekend, so let's take a look at what that pulled in. 7 million domestically. Oh, it hasn't opened up internationally yet, so we'll have to take that into consideration next week, except Halloween will be over and most people will be moving on from the scary movies, trying to get more into like the Thanksgiving in the United States kind of movies. We'll be moving on from that horror genre just a little bit. So I don't know how much more money Pray for the Devil can make, because, guys, the reviews for it were not kind. Let's just pull up the tomato meter here for it. Pray for the Devil, 19% by the critics and 69% by the audience. Only 21 reviews, really. Well, guys, I'll tell you this. As I said in my spoiler discussion for Pray for the Devil, if you're a religious person, then perhaps this stuff will scare you because you believe in God and the devil and stuff like that. And, well, for me, when it gets into the possession stuff, that is kind of creepy. But when they start climbing around on walls and you got like floating bodies and stuff like that, it's kind of like that starts to take me out of it, because it's kind of like, well, that doesn't happen, and it never did in real life, because if it did, somebody would have caught it by now, right? So there you go. Yeah, it just kind of took me out of it, and it was kind of, the story was a little bit just muddled. Like if you want an example of a muddled story, Pray for the Devil is definitely it. But it has some good concepts in there. Like I like the concept of the school teaching people to be exorcists, and I like that. That was cool stuff. But I kind of agree with, not as low as 19%, but I think I gave it like a 5 out of 10. Just a very marginable pass, a generous 5 out of 10 for Pray for the Devil. And remember, numbers don't go up at the box office, right? Numbers don't go up. They only go down. Unless you're Terrifier 2 there, that opened up in wider release there. Terrifier 2 is kind of like a smaller budget indie horror that opened up into 1,500 theaters more this weekend. So that's like the small case where that kind of happens. Terrifier 2, 7.6 domestically, 75,000 internationally. It's a gore fest. I've seen the first Terrifier, so this one I'm probably going to see at some point, because it's out on Screambox right now. It's out today, streaming on Screambox, I think. Terrifier 2 is, but it's a lengthy 2 hours and 10 minutes or something like that for a horror movie that's very simple, about like a slasher. Good for it though. It's definitely, somebody told me that it was like 30 times its production budget already. So it's made the bank. Yeah, and it's got that shock value to it. Terrifier 2. So that's the kind of thing that people will be looking for. So Coldplay, okay, Music of Spheres. That was playing near me, but I would have to have driven like 100 kilometers to see it. That's just, I've seen Coldplay live before. It's always good to see, but I would have, if it was playing here in town, I would have seen that too. Armageddon Time is a smaller art house film that I do want to see, only 72,000. So yeah, Smile rounding out the fourth spot there. Guys, let's just see what Smile's done here. 92.3 domestically, 93.6 internationally for 185.9 worldwide, and that's fantastic for Smile. Because I'll tell you this, that's the best horror movie, well, in the theaters. It's between that and Hellraiser for me. But Hellraiser was only on Hulu. But guys, out of the 3 horror movies that are in the top 5 this weekend, Pray for the Devil, Smile, and Halloween Ends. Guys, I would tell you this straight up, go see Smile. It's the better horror movie, better experience. It does have the same kind of, well, not the same kind, but it does have jump scares in there, but it also has that psychological angle to it that makes you go, it makes you feel uneasy. And I like that in horror movies. And you kind of get that with a little bit of the Terrifier, I would imagine, as well, because it's just, they go for that gruesomeness of body parts being cut off and stuff like that. So that's my recommendation for the Halloween day, guys. If you haven't seen one, go see Smile. It is definitely the better horror movie. Halloween Ends, stay away from that stinker. Guys, it's an awful movie. It's the director even said himself, he never wanted to sit down and make a Laurie Strode movie. He never wanted to make a Michael Myers movie. He wanted to make a movie, a love story. And then he kind of chuckled about it. I don't know, why would somebody do that? That's just bad business. It's bad business, right? David Gordon Green, man, I don't want to hear much from you anymore, but unfortunately he's picking up the Exorcist franchise now and is going to be dealing with that in a franchise, in a trilogy too. So hopefully David Gordon Green just kind of goes away. That's what I feel. Okay, that's the weekend box office report, guys. What do you guys think about some of those numbers? If you didn't know, we do a live movie news show. a live movie news show daily, 12 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to follow all my other social medias, they're right there, guys. Some of those little shorts that we do, there are extended versions of those on TikTok and Instagram. We're growing on TikTok, oddly enough. Cool, huh? Yeah. People are really liking this small little content. I'm still trying to figure out that algorithm. It's a little bit different than this one. Sometimes it's just, it is what it is. Some videos blow up on different platforms because, hey, I published it around the same time. Same kind of audience, should be the same kind of response, but it isn't sometimes. So there you go. Let's get into the big story. Well, it's not the big story, but it is a rather interesting story because it is Halloween. Well, I guess over the weekend there was a lot of celebrity parties. So the best celebrity Halloween costumes of 2022. And you can see here that we'll go through some of them and we'll see what the best is. Well, that's Paris Hilton right there as, I guess, Sailor Moon. I forgot this girl's name, but it's in the list there. She's as a Barbie. Henry Golding is he supposed to be Maverick there? Kind of cool, huh? So I guess it came out on the social medias. Lizzo supposed to be Marge Simpson. Okay. You guys, somebody else on Reddit for the Simpsons subreddit posted themselves all painted yellow, and they're like, "Guess who I am?" But they're just painted yellow, and you're like, I have no idea who the heck you're supposed to be other than just a Simpsons character. At least you know that she's trying to be Marge because of the blue hair. The blue hair. Lizzo. Is she a contender as the best? Kim Kardashian was supposed to be Mystique. Yeah, I'm not interested in seeing that really that much, guys. I don't like injections. Anyway, Janelle Monáe is that diva from The Fifth Element, and I felt like this one looked pretty cool, man. This one was cool. That's a get up, and she can sing too, so that's really cool. That get up, wow, that's really impressive, actually. Cool. Janelle Monáe, I like her. Or she and them, I can't remember. Henry Golding, there we go. I think he is supposed to be Maverick or something, right? One of the pilots there from the Top Gun movies. Okay, Henry Golding. That one's kind of meh. Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. I guess people will be looking at this one for sure. I guess they're supposed to be Pam and Tommy Lee. Okay. And we just watched a trailer with him on the weekend with Machine Gun Kelly. What is it called? Trouser or something? he plays a musician who's on the rise, and he's having trouble with his social media or something like that. Yeah, I haven't seen a performance from him yet, so I don't know how he is as an actor. But yeah, you know that these two are a couple. So Megan Fox, yeah, I'll look at a photo from her all the time. And there's Paris Hilton. Actually, I heard that she's going to be acting in a movie again too, so that's really cool. I like Paris Hilton. The blonde hair or something. Yeah, and she's tall. Tall blondes. Yeah, I guess this is a Sailor Moon, right? Is that what that is? Or supposed to be like one of the sailors? Our Glass Viking says it's how the celebrities opt for non-frightening costumes. Traditionally, people were supposed to wear scary costumes to frighten the evil spirits. Well, yeah. Well, that too, there's a thing going around where you can't dress up in anything too controversial like Dahmer or anything like that because it's not PC anymore, and it's kind of like, whatever. Anyway, I thought this has got to be a contender as one of the best ones, right? Because she's got the blonde hair to match. Why not? I like that. What the heck is this? Okay, so some guy dressed up as a nun, who I don't even know who the heck that is. Wiz Khalifa? Wiz Khalifa, there you go. Okay. All right. Nice. Keegan Michael Key and L Key. Okay, they're doctors. That one's kind of meh. David Spade doesn't even look like he dressed up. That kind of sucks. Sorry, dude. Who's this guy? Richard Kind. Doesn't seem like he dressed up either. Kind of a lame costume, Richard. Tiga is E.T. Okay, so you just put a mask on. That one's kind of meh. Rebel Wilson, Ramona Agruma, Jacob Andrew, Marissa Montgomery, and Carly Steele all dressed up as Barbies in their packaging. Okay. Well, that one is actually kind of, yeah, that's who that was, Rebel Wilson. That's fine. That's actually kind of cool. That one actually looks, because it's the effort that you put into it, right? When you just kind of stand there, David Spade, and look like a complete chud, I don't know what the heck you're doing. I don't know what the heck you're doing, man. That's not even an effort. At least this guy put on a mask. I think it's a guy, right? Is Tigga a guy? I don't know. I'm not up with pop culture when it comes to that kind of stuff, I suppose. Stephen Amell, Cassandra Jean Amell, and yeah, I know you just hit the thumbs down button because I said that, right? Okay, so he's a garbage bag of some kind. Oh no, he's supposed to be that thing from Castaway. He's supposed to be Wilson, right? Oh, and she's supposed to be Tom Hanks. Okay. All right. Well, that one's kind of fun, I would say. All right. Oh, Vanessa Hudgens is Black Swan. I dig that. That's cool. One of my favorite movies there, too. Vanessa Hudgens. Who's that? Another lame costume. Anyway, Taylor Lautner. He's still around? He just opens up his shirt, and that's supposed to be the funny one, right? Or that's supposed to be like the he just has a skull painted on. Very lame, Taylor. Lame. Lautner. He's Jacob from Twilight, right? Arglass says that he likes the William costume from Stephen Amell. Yeah, it took me a second there to recognize what it was, but yeah, that is kind of interesting. I like that one. What else do we got here? Let's just skip past Taylor Lautner's lameness. Okay, who we got here? Leslie Mann and Judd Apatow. What are they, hipsters? Looks like they got an old school camera there. Apatow needs a win because his last couple movies have sucked. Sorry, dude. Is that it? No, that's not it. What else came out over the weekend was Keke Palmer dressed up as Rogue. Let's take a look at that one. That's kind of cool. Keke Palmer from Nope as Rogue. I like the hair. She got the hair right at least, guys. Come on. You know, when you make X-Men movies, you can make the characters have something that resembles what the comic book source material is. The hair's not a hard one to do. That's cool. I like that. And I like that because she put some production value into it. What is that? Is that supposed to be a sentinel head that she's standing on there? Cool. And of course, you know that one's going to spark people up thinking, well, yeah, they'll be wanting to check that one out. Okay. What do you guys think about those costumes? Are you guys going to dress up today for Halloween? I guess I didn't because I still got lots of things that I have to do this afternoon. Judd Apatow was going to do Natural Born Killers, Woody Harrelson character, I think. Was that what he was trying to do? Was he trying to do, were they trying to do Mickey and Mallory? Let me just pull that back up here for a second. Some retro shades and boogie nights. Is that what they wore though? Mickey and Mallory? Like, I know he had the yellow, I know he had the reddish tinge to his shades. But I think he was clean shaven. And he's not clean shaven there, dude. It is what it is. That was just kind of fun. Just a fun little side story about celebrities and celebrity news there for you guys. Because it is the Halloween time, and why not just dress up and have some fun? By all means. By all means. The big story over the weekend that dropped was Henry Cavill was leaving The Witcher. He exited The Witcher, and I published a small story about that, but let's pull that story up again. Liam Hemsworth is replacing Henry Cavill for The Witcher Season 4 because he exited. And we're going to go into a little bit of speculation here as to why perhaps that he did. The change for the Netflix series follows Cavill's recent return to DC film fold as Superman. Yeah, people think that's just because he just re-signed a deal to play Superman again. So doesn't have enough time? Well, I think there's a little bit more to it. So let's go in and take a look at what this article is saying over on Hollywood Reporter. It's just saying here, my journey as Geralt of Rivia has been filled with both monsters and adventures, and alas, I was laying down my medallion and swords for season 4, Cavill said in a statement. In my stead, the fantastic Mr. Liam Hemsworth will be taking up the mantle of the White Wolf. As with the greatest of literary characters, I pass the torch with reverence for the time spent embodying Geralt and enthusiasm to Liam's take on this most fascinating and nuanced of men. Nuanced of men. And we're going to be watching Henry Cavill later this week in Enola Holmes 2. We'll talk about that in a few moments. But this has got everybody's feathers ruffled. People really liked Henry Cavill in this role for Witcher. For a lot of people, it was the only reason why they would ever consider watching Witcher, other than people really liking the source material. And you just hit the thumbs down button again, didn't you, for that? But anyway, Cavill told us the real reason why he's leaving The Witcher a long time ago. Really? Well, this is just, once again, speculation, but this is up on Screen Rant, where they go in and talk about some of his quotes talking about the story. I guess he clearly wanted to be part of a faithful adaptation of The Witcher, one that brought to life everything he loved about Andrei Sapkowski's novels. Because, yeah, you know that Cavill likes to read this stuff. He likes to get into this kind of stuff. And he liked the Witcher mythos. And from what I understand, reading some of these articles about the story, I guess The Witcher, just like most things, like even Game of Thrones did this, guys, they kind of strayed from the source material. Now, in Game of Thrones' case, it was because the books weren't written yet, George R.R. Martin. Yeah, I guess it's been kind of the impression of some people out there that because it was straying from the source material, Cavill wasn't happy. He wasn't happy with the direction that it was going. It was taking some liberties, I suppose. And now, again, as I said, you got to take that with a grain of salt because, it all depends on how much the story allows, he observed in an interview published on The Witcher's YouTube channel. I'm a huge fan of the books and staying loyal to them, and it's about making sure that story happens without too much in the way of diversions or side things going on to muddy the waters. Yeah. So, season 3 is finishing up December, right? Is that when it's coming out? December? Yeah, what it means. I'll tell you this. I think Liam Hemsworth is a capable actor to take this over. It's just going to be jarring for people who want to see this series continue. It could be like the death knell for it, though, for this series, because if the viewership just completely drops off, Netflix is no stranger of cutting ties with something that just isn't working, for sure. Starlight Girl 282 says, hi, how's it going? Yeah, we're just talking about possible reasons why Henry Cavill left, and we're just talking about how the diversions from the novels may have been something that he was not happy with. But I think Liam, no, I was almost to say Liam Neeson there, but no, Liam Hemsworth, as long as he's got the charisma, I don't think he does quite have that charisma of Henry Cavill. And for the most part, as we know from what other people speculated, including myself, when I published the short on the weekend, it's pretty much a no-brainer that he's there to. He's leaving because of what the Superman role is coming out to, right? I don't know. It won't be the same, as Starlight Girl says. Yeah, because that's why people watch it, because they watch it because of him. And season 4, we'll have to see. I would, if you're a fan of the series, I would say because it's on Netflix too. Season 4 may be the final season for The Witcher, unless Liam Hemsworth brings something cool, unless he can embody that too. But a lot of people share the sentiment of Starlight Girl. They're saying that Henry Cavill cannot be replaced. Yeah, but yeah, people are going to be talking about that all over the weekend, and there's going to be a lot of outrage channels out there publishing their disdain for it and everything like that. But we'll have to see how that goes. Yeah, I'll keep my eye to the production, see how things unfold. Starlight Girl says, I'll give it a go, but I don't think it'll be the same. Yeah, that's a sentiment shared by a lot of people. The Fall Guy was a TV show in the 80s, I think. Was it with Lee Majors? I believe I watched a few episodes of that. Aaron Taylor Johnson, though. There's a new movie coming out, an adaptation. Aaron Taylor Johnson joins Ryan Gosling in Universal's The Fall Guy. Yeah, Ryan Gosling is going to be playing the Fall Guy, and like it was basically he was like a stuntman that like solved adventures or solved people's wrongdoings or something like that. A little bit like the it was a little bit like the Equalizer, but he was like a stuntman. Anyway. It appears like Ryan Gosling is going to be the stuntman, the Fall Guy, and Aaron Taylor Johnson is going to be, well, the actor, right? So that'll be kind of fun. Aaron Taylor Johnson, we just saw him in Bullet Train, and he did a good job in that. He's also going to be in next year's Kraven the Hunter movie. He's a competent actor for sure. But Ryan Gosling in the Fall Guy. Emily Blunt is also going to be in this. This article doesn't say too much more as to when this is supposed to come out. So what we will do, we will pull up the old IMDb and see what we got on over there. The Fall Guy, plot undisclosed, David Leitch. So that's the guy who also did Bullet Train, right? Expected March 1st, 2023. Emily Blunt, my Emily Blunt is right there. Cool. Ryan Gosling. Aaron Taylor Johnson. Good cast. For some reason, I thought that Anya Taylor-Joy joined this cast too, but I guess not. Maybe I misread that. But Aaron Taylor Johnson's there, so that's cool. Wait, really? I didn't know that. Yeah, I'll watch you react. I think it'll be more fun if I do. Liam will be fine. Gerald doesn't have any Christmas. Oh, we'll read that in a second. Artglass Viking says the Fall Guy was a bounty hunter and stuntman. Yeah. Can you text to this? React. React to what? The Fall Guy? Yeah, if the Fall Guy, yeah, for sure. But it's going to be in theaters. Fall Guy is going to be one that's going to theaters there, guys. So we'll be doing a straight out of the theater for reaction for that. But that's not until 2024. This is just a little bit of casting news for the Fall Guy. And popularity is going up. So that'll be a quick short there today, too. That'll be one of the shorts that'll come out later on today for the Fall Guy. But talking about Anya Taylor-Joy, she just wrapped up Furiosa with George Miller, and that's kind of cool, right? Talking about one of the Hemsworth, Chris Hemsworth is also going to be the bad guy in that. I like Mad Max Fury Road. Mad Max Furiosa wraps production. Anya Taylor-Joy pens in a message. Cool. All right, so she took to her social media. Do I follow her on Instagram? I don't think I do. Cool. Anyway, there you are. And there's George Miller with a mask on. I guess they wrapped up. She wrapped up. So it's going to be, I think the production's going to wrap up pretty soon. And then it'll be all post-production. Guys, Furiosa, she plays the younger Charlize Theron character from Fury Road. From what I understand, the plot of Furiosa is she gets caught up with a motorcycle gang led by this Dr. Demento character, Dr. Dementa or something, and that's Chris Hemsworth. So Chris Hemsworth is the leader of this biker gang, and we've seen set photos of him like with his beard. He looks all rugged and stuff. She joins up with him, and then they go and fight the younger version of Immortan Joe at the Citadel. That's what I hear what this movie is about. So that'll be kind of interesting to see how that pans out. Yeah, more Mad Max Furiosa stuff. Bring that on. I'll keep my eye to the ground for that for sure. Ooh, we got some comments here. Let's take a look at what some of these comments are. I have high hopes for this one. Fury Road was incredibly furious and equally gorgeous film. Tom Hardy did his best, but overall it was Furiosa's film. I'd love to see more of Furiosa. Was it really her? Max was, yeah, but you follow Max. Well, I was all for de-aging Charlize Theron. However, realizing that Anya Taylor-Joy was Furiosa, I now think she's kind of good, like, too. Anya is a great actress. Indeed, she is. Indeed she is. And I'll be looking forward to this. For sure. Furiosa. Alright, what's next? Ooh. Avatar 2, guys. Avatar 2 comes out this December, and we got a runtime. The runtime was revealed over the weekend. It sails past 3 hours. Now, if you were a fan of Avatar, which I think the first one was over 3 hours too, right? It was around the 3 hour mark. But this one clocks in around 3 hours and 10 minutes. Now, if you are familiar with this channel, I think you know how I feel about longer episodes of things, longer movies of things. Hey, if you are a fan of it and you like to be in that world, you like to be immersed in that, you're going to be immersed in it for 3 hours, guys. 3 hours and 10 minutes. I'll have my tickets for opening night for sure. But just know that it's going to be like, what, a big chunk of your day is going to be watching Avatar. And, well, I guess the reactions for it has been good. But yeah, somebody else said on one of their channels, when a movie's this long, it has to be good, right? It can't be a stinker. Because if you're sitting there and it's that long and you're sitting there and you're checking your watch at the 1 hour and 10 minute mark and you're like, we still got an hour and 50 minutes of this? No, actually, we got 2 hours more of this. And you're sitting there going, dude. No. Yeah, that's not going to be a good situation. Now, thankfully, it's James Cameron. And he's been known for turning out really good sequels. The hype is there because they re-released Avatar in the theaters and it made good bank. It made really good bank. So the appetite for Avatar is going to be there. I don't think it's going to be as successful as the first Avatar because the runtime does limit how much time the theater can show it during the day. It definitely does. So that'll impact the box office a little bit, but they're trying to be offsetting that a little bit with the people hopefully going to see the 3D versions of it. Now, will I be seeing it in the 3D versions? Not if I have the choice. If I have the choice, I'll still watch it in 2D, but I may humor Cameron on this one and watch it in 3D. The 3D doesn't really do much for me, guys. Even when it works, 3D doesn't really work for me. Because I got to put those glasses on top of these glasses for 3 hours. It's kind of like, I know you get used to it, but it's kind of like, you film this gorgeous scenery, guys. 3D makes you focus in on one little part of the screen. And your eyes just kind of, that's what I don't like about the 3D. But anyway, 3 hours and 10 minutes, guys, for Avatar 2, Way of Water. December 16th. That's quite after my, a little bit after my birthday there. For sure. Maybe we'll do a full live. Well, if we do a live watch along to Avatar in December, I would have to break it up into 2 parts because sitting here in this chair for 3 hours, that's not my idea of fun. But anyway, maybe we'll try it. We'll build up to it, and then you'll get my straight out of the theater reaction. Zoe Saldana's back. Michelle Yeoh, Sigourney Weaver is going to be in this one. Kate Winslet, cool. Yeah, Stephen Lang is back. Sam Worthington. Giovanni Ribisi's in this one again. He's back after looking for his unobtainium. All right. 3 hours and 10 minutes, guys, for Avatar 2. What do you guys think about that? Another story that broke over the weekend. It was late Friday, actually, that this one broke out. So we'll take a look at this one. Venom 3. Kelly Marcel set to direct next installment. Tom Hardy. Now, Kelly Marcel wrote the screenplay for the first Venom and Venom vs. Carnage, and she also wrote this one. But you know that Tom Hardy also had his hand in with the story. So Kelly Marcel is going to be directing this one. You would think at first, because she wrote it, and she wrote the other 2, that we should be in good hands, right? But we go over and we take a look at her resume there on the old IMDb. And of course, it leads off with her writing credits, because that's what she's known for. But she's only got 2 directing credits. And when we open that up, she's got nothing. She's got no writing credits. No directing credits. And that gives you pause. It does. Venom 3 pre-production, and then she's going to be working on the Ferryman. So it's kind of like, oof. It's just, you hope that she can handle a big tentpole property like Venom, dealing with all the visual effects and stuff like that. It just, I don't know, man. Because I liked aspects of Venom versus Carnage, but they kind of shouldn't have killed Carnage, because Carnage fights Spider-Man. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense unless somehow you're going to resurrect him, right? So, but again, I guess this Tom Hardy universe is so disconnected from the Spider-Man movies, even though that he showed up in the post-credit scenes for No Way Home. It'll be a different Venom in that universe, right? So would the Spider-Man should exist in Tom Hardy's universe. He should go look for him in his universe when he gets back. We'll have to see how this pans out. Yeah, it's just a first-time director. Big movie like this, it's kind of, it gives you pause. It gave me pause, for sure. Kelly Marcel, what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. All right, let's take some live comments here, and then we'll take a small break here. If Avatar was certified 18, I'd be right there. I wait for the reviews, I think. Yeah. Starlight Girl says, same. I want to find out if it's a waste of time or not, as it will be expensive to book a ticket. Yeah, well, because of the 3D stuff, right? For Avatar. Avatar is kind of like, what is a 3D movie now these days? $16. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, guys, what else can you find here on Mirror Domains? Well, on Wednesdays, we do full live watch-alongs for Star Wars Andor. Yeah, we're doing episode 9 this week. Will Andor break out of jail? I think he will. Can't wait to see how that happens. On this Friday, guys, we're going to be watching Enola Holmes 2, talking about Henry Cavill, Millie Bobby Brown. Yes, that comes out on Netflix this Friday, so we'll schedule that probably for 1 p.m. Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern. We'll be watching Enola Holmes 2, because I really like the first one. My review is up on the channel, and it's kind of like one of those walk-along reviews. It was one of those old school reviews where I just kind of like start watching it, turn on the camera and talk with you guys, start watching it. But this one will do a full movie reaction for you guys to follow along with that. What else do we do? Well, on the weekends we do the Horror Weekly Roundup, where we talk about all the horror movie news headlines that dropped during the week. And last week we talked about Pray for the Devil and then the spoilers for that. And of course then you know that we do the movie news daily, 12 p.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday. And yeah, we're going to do other full live watch-alongs for series coming along, guys. But we just wrapped up like Rings of Power. We wrapped up House of the Dragon, She-Hulk. So I just want a week here to relax a little bit before we jump back into a full schedule of watching watch-alongs for sure. And then something else may come up this week too that I may have to adjust the schedules for things. But don't worry. We won't be going anywhere if that bit of news happens. What could that possibly be? Anyway, let's continue on with Del Toro. Yeah, and we just did Cabinet of Curiosities full live watch along. So let's go in and talk about his Pinocchio movie that's coming out. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio receives enthusiastic standing ovation at Close Animation Film Festival. Okay, well, out of the two Pinocchios, I was looking forward to this one over the Disney one. Even though I like Tom Hanks, it's just Del Toro has a style and a flair to it. Like, I like how grim it looks. Because Pinocchio is a grim tale, right? For sure. But people are liking it, that people have seen it. Pinocchio, this one, I'm expecting is going to be a little bit more harder edged. Of his approach to Pinocchio, Del Toro said he viewed the animators as actors. I promised, you're going to be actors, this is what we want. But if the puppet tells you something different, do it. There's no other form of animation where the bond between animator and character is so close. So yeah, it's like that stop motion kind of thing, right? And it looks stunning. The voice cast also looks great. Like this work is phenomenal. An hour and 57 minutes, December 9th. So this is the week before Avatar. We'll be watching this one for sure. Del Toro. And Cabinet of Curiosities was good, guys. Each episode was a little bit different, and I like that aspect to it. But Pinocchio, who do we got here? Gregory Mann is Pinocchio. Ewan McGregor is the Cricket. Sebastian, cool. Finn Wolfhard is in this. Chadwick. David Bradley. We haven't seen him since The Strain. Oh, guys, he's Geppetto. Fascinating. Kate Blanchett, Spazzatura, Ron Perlman, Hellboy, Podesta, cool. Tim Blake Nelson, we just saw him in Cabinet of Curiosities, episode 1. Cool. Dark Rabbits, Tilda Swinton's in this. That's awesome. John Turturro, Christoph Waltz. Wow, this voice cast is awesome. John Turturro. So I'll be looking forward to that. Early buzz is good, guys. 7.8 on the IMDb. December 9th. Starlight Girl says, this movie looks a bit weird. The animation is a bit creepy. A little bit, yeah. But that's Del Toro's flavor to it, right? It's supposed to be like that. And it's supposed to be a tale of don't tell lies and you run away and stuff like that. You're going to get into trouble kind of thing, right? Arglass also says, I've no doubt Del Toro's take on Pinocchio will be good. Kind of getting Tim Burton vibes, which is all good. Yeah, a little bit Tim Burton-ish. But I like the animation in it. Looks stunning. We watched the trailers for that, so that's up on the channel too right now. So that looks great. Emilia Clarke. Michael Easy. You know that I love her, right? Emilia Clarke to star as Constance Lloyd, Oscar Wilde's wife in new film. Yeah, she's my queen. So, you know, she went crazy in season 8 there, but it is what it is. Anyway, okay. She's set to lead An Ideal Wife. Is that what it's called? An Ideal Wife? Okay, so I guess that's what the project is called. The new film from Good Luck to You, director Sophia Wilde, where she will play the Irish children's author and Oscar Wilde's wife, Constance Lloyd. Okay, so is she going to do an Irish accent? I'd be wary of that. Emily Blunt tried to do an Irish accent for one of the movies, and it got really a lot of downvotes. So I don't know. We'll have to see how that pans out. But let's just see what the story is here. We hear the film charts the story of Oscar Wilde's marriage to Lloyd, an author and activist, and the sexual awakening she experienced after she learned that Wilde was gay. Oh, Oscar Wilde was gay? I guess I don't know my history. All right. Okay. So she had to deal with that. Well, that's a fascinating angle for a period piece, and definitely. But I like Emilia Clarke for sure. I do. Keep my eye out for that. She's just kind of had some hits and misses with the rom-com kind of stuff. But I do like her. I do like her work. So I'll be looking forward to that. Who else do I like? I like Taylor Swift. Oddly enough, I am somewhat of a Swiftie. I should be getting my Midnight's vinyl here pretty soon. Maybe towards the end of the month. Taylor Swift, I guess, was on the Graham Norton show over the last couple of days, and I saw the headline. I saw the clips, guys. If you don't know who Graham Norton is, he's like a talk show host over there in Britain, right? In the UK. He's a good guy. He's a really good interviewer. He's fun just to watch some of his clips and the way that he interacts with. He's good at engaging the audience, right? He really is. Was that Bono that was on stage with them? Yeah, it must have been. Bono. What's he doing right now? Anyway, I guess she auditioned to be in Les Mis, and they go in to talk about that story, and she was going to be like somebody who was going to be crying in his arms. I guess this scene here, because he was in Les Mis, right? But she recounts the story, and I'll just read you the quote that she said. Swift, I wasn't going to get this role, but they were like, well, do you want to come to London for one last screen test with Eddie Redmayne? And I'm like, this seems like an experience I want to have in my life. Turning to Redmayne, you're like one of my favorite actors, so you're so ridiculously talented. So I was like, yeah, I'll go to London. So I get there, and they're like, okay, so we really want to make you look like Eponine. Eponine, was that her name? Eponine? So they were like, we're actually going to paint your teeth brown for this. They painted her teeth brown. And I'm like, so you're going to do that after I meet Eddie Redmayne, right? That's not something you do before. I get to meet people and then you do my brown teeth. And they're like, oh no, everybody's going to meet you with brown teeth. And they're going to do big circles under your eyes like you're near death. And I was like, this immediately has become a nightmare for me. So yeah, if you watch the clip about her brown teeth and she was weeping, she articulates it a lot better than I would, obviously. It was a lot of fun. She's out promoting her Midnight's album right now, too. Oscar Wilde spent most of his life in England and the last 3 years in France. Constantine Lloyd was English. Okay, she was English. Okay, well, then that'll fit Emilia Clarke right away. Anyway, but that's the Taylor Swift story, guys. And watch those clips, too, if you're a Taylor Swift fan. And I'll tell you this, too. Let's talk about this. I think she's getting more close to either directing a movie herself, like a full-length movie, where she may actually star in parts of it, because she has starred in small bit parts. Like, we know that she was in Cats, where she sang too, but she's also acted in other stuff. I think was it The Signal she was in? Yeah, so I think she's ramping up to direct a full-length feature for herself, because she's for the Midnight's album, she's directed like these movies, small movies for each song release, right? And that are slowly going to get released. So her music videos are going to be like small movies. And when you hear her talk about that process, she really enjoys it. So I think that's cool. And I think we are going to build up to a point where she is going to be making her own movies because she likes that craft. And when you're an artist, she's a musician first, obviously, but when you're an artist, you branch out from other things, like just from playing guitar. Like I paint pictures, right? I draw pictures. I write stories. So she's definitely an artist, and I think it would be cool to see her branch into the movie field for sure. For sure. Yeah, Taylor has a Bryce Dallas Howard look about her, and she's only 32. Man, what a talent. Yeah, and I think she's probably, my feelings tell me that too. I think she's probably going to start a family here pretty soon. I don't expect her to be 40 and starting a family. I think, because she's engaged to the guy she's with right now, so they're not married. No, they're not married yet, I don't think. Well, we'll have to see. That's just some more celebrity news for you. All right, let's get back into it. Now, there's a few more stories here. 2 more that are listed in the description, not here on the side. I guess some people could have led off with this. Dr. Doom was never in consideration for Black Panther 2, says producer. Yeah, people had speculated that Dr. Doom would appear in Black Panther as kind of like the main villain that was actually behind things. But, Namor, I think, is going to be, well, because they built him up in the trailers. Yeah, it's right to focus on Namor in Wakanda Forever, that he's going to be the big bad guy. They were just trying to put the seeds in there, thinking, well, Victor Von Doom could have maybe started the thing that made Namor turn bad. But I think Namor is going to eventually turn to the good side anyway at the end of Wakanda Forever. I think he's just going to have a beef there that'll get resolved within this movie. I think that's what's going to happen. But imagine sitting down and working with a series and saying, I'll never consider that. But yeah, I don't know who would do that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much debunked that we're going to see a post-credit scene from Victor Von Doom. I know that'll bum people out for sure, because they're hoping that next week when Wakanda Forever comes out, that it would have some tie to the Fantastic Four or some groundwork laid in there for Victor Von Doom of some kind. But by the sounds of it, the producer is saying here, it wasn't to be quite honest, although I get why. He's such a great character of the world of Latveria, is so fantastic and Ryan is a fan, but once we decided Namor was the antagonist, that was always going to be the focus, says the producer. So there you go. Doctor Doom, not in Wakanda Forever, so don't expect that next week. Guys, all next week we're going to be talking about Wakanda Forever. We're going to be building up to it, talking about the early buzz, looking at early reviews, stuff like that. So that'll be the main headline for next week. Talking about other rumors here, just trying to scorch these things. Daniel Radcliffe addresses rumors he's the next Wolverine in X-Men films. No, he's not. What did he say here? He says, it's purely a press tour rumor. I say something and then occasionally I get bored of answering that way and I say something different, so it sets it off again. I should just never open my mouth, because I'm guessing he was out promoting things like Weird Al and stuff like that. And yes, we've seen the like fan mock-ups of Daniel Radcliffe as Wolverine, but I don't think that's going to happen. We know that Hugh Jackman's coming back as Wolverine in Deadpool 3, so I think that'll definitely be the last outing of that for him, even though he said Logan was going to be the last outing for him. They have to pass the torch now for the MCU to bring in the X-Men and bring in their version of Wolverine. Radcliffe just said, because people think that Wolverine is short, he's short, so they just try to put two and two together. He's got a beard, Wolverine has got a beard, or more or less chops, right? He's got the big chops. I don't know. People see it. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, we got some comments. Let's see what they said here. I can see it. Nice PR stunt by his people. No one wants him as Wolverine. Well, by no one. Yeah, I wouldn't say that, dude. I vote yes. Honestly, it piqued my interest when I saw this suggestion. Really interesting way to go. They should strongly consider him. The thing is that he's already been part of a big franchise. Daniel Radcliffe has, and he's going to be tied to Harry Potter for the rest of his life. Does he really want to jump back into a franchise where he'll be tied down to another franchise for a long period of time? Because whoever they get to play Wolverine, they're going to be playing it for a long time, right? In different iterations, for sure. So I don't know if that's something he wants to do, because he's been branching out. He's been trying to show people that he's got more to offer than just, Potter. He's got different ranges that he can tap into. And I still haven't seen the Weird Al movie because it hasn't played near me, but as soon as it does, I'll be checking it out for sure. All right, guys. I think that's pretty much all I have in my headlines for today. We'll jump on and take a look at the old Twitterverse here in just a moment. But I want to give you one Halloween recommendation. If you have access to this, it's Halloween time. And if you're looking for just a fun little horror movie to take a look at and watch today, I would recommend Tremors. Tremors is a lot of fun. You got Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward are the lead characters in this. Yeah. Digital Spy. What's with your... Go check out Tremors. It's very... See, if you're afraid of movies or you don't like horror movies, this is like an entry-level horror movie. Because it does have scares in it, but it also has some joy. It also has some fun in it. These two guys have great chemistry, and the soundtrack gives that levity to it at times, where, yeah, you're watching some pretty gross stuff. People are dying in this. It is a horror movie, but for me, guys, if you're looking for something this Halloween, if you got access to it, it's a lot of fun. It is. And it's about big underground monsters that come up and eat you. It's a lot of fun. Our Glass Viking says Daniel was great in the movie Horns, but I can't see him as Wolverine. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see. Like, I'm sure that the X-Men and Fantastic Four stuff, those announcements have got to be soon. It's got to be soon. All right, we're 53 minutes in. So let's take a look at the old Twitterverse, and then we'll round up with the post show. I think I'll do the post show here on YouTube today. Let's see if I missed anything. Kristen Milotti will star opposite Colin Farrell in the Batman spinoff, The Penguin. Cool. She will play Sophia Falcone, daughter of Carmine Falcone, who was played by John Turturro in the film. Sophia's fighting with the Penguin for control of the city. Okay. So he's not going to just be able to take things over right away. That's cool. Kristen Milioti. Milioti? All right, I don't know her too much, but I did like Colin Farrell as the Penguin. Oswald, that was cool. Colin Farrell. And I'm seeing Colin Farrell in the movie this weekend because at the Art House Theater here in town, they're finally playing Banshees of Inisherin, so I'll be seeing that. Arglass says, I'm going to watch The Crow again, then I'm going to watch Tremors again. The Maximum Overdrive was too memorable. Those are good choices too. The Crow is because it's like takes place on Devil's Night, which was last night. Yeah, that's a good Halloween movie too. Isabel Furman dressed up as her character Esther from Orphan for Halloween. Okay, so we got some more celebrity stuff. Yeah, Orphan First Kill was one of my favorite movies this year. One of my favorite horrors, for sure. Isabel Furman was great in that. For sure. Yeah, we talked about spoilers for that on this channel too. So that's up there. First look at Evil Dead Rise. That comes out next year in theaters. Evil Dead Rise is, well, I don't know how it's going to be tied to the rest of the universe because it takes place in the city in a condominium tower, from what I understand. So it's not going to take place in the wood, and I don't know which Ash. I don't know if Bruce Campbell's Ash is going to be tied to this because it's going to be like new characters, right? Evil Dead Rise. But apparently it's going to be produced by Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi too, I think. So I don't know if it's going to be connected to the 2013 Evil Dead. I don't know if it's going to be connected to that or not. I really don't know. What else we got going here? Ryan Murphy. Don't know what that is. Lindsay Lohan. Cosmopolitan. Yeah, she's going to have like a Christmas movie coming up, right? Lindsay. And she's turned her life around a little bit, I think, right? She's going to be returning to acting. Good for her. Yeah, because she was on a bad path there for a while. Lindsay Lohan. What's this? The Crown Season 5 premieres in less than 10 days. That's Elizabeth Debicki as Diana, right? That's ruffled the feathers of some people. Emilia Clarke, An Ideal Wife. Yeah, we talked about that. What is your favorite all-time horror performance? Well, that's Lupita Nyong'o from Us. All-time favorite horror performance. It's hard to say. It's hard not to say Jack Nicholson in The Shining, right? Because he was so good in that horror performance. But then, you know what? Jamie Lee Curtis was awesome in the first Halloween movie. Like that's what really, aside from The Shape, Michael Myers, like her performance in that is what really gravitated a lot of the younger audience to it, right? For sure. A Weaver says, hi guys, late to the party. Sorry I missed so much. Can't say. Just wanted to say happy Halloween. We'll watch it all later. Love you, James. So thank you very much, A Weaver. Happy Halloween too. Go out and enjoy some candy. Save me some candy corn. That's my favorite. Let's all pull for Lindsay. She still has potential. Yeah, she does. She definitely does. And we'll have to see how that Christmas movie works out for her. It's like a rom-com Christmas movie. But yeah, horror performances. Oh, and then actually I do like Neve Campbell in Scream. She's really good in Scream. What's that? Theo James is currently trending. Why is he currently? Oh yeah, because White Lotus. I heard that he had some nudity scenes in White Lotus, right? Or something like that, that got trimmed down and he was upset about it. Theo James, he was in like the Divergent series. He was also in he played a corpse in Downton Abbey. I don't know what the heck he was doing in that, or what the storyline, why they did that. But yeah, the White Lotus, he's in that with F. Murray Abraham. F. Murray Abraham's in White Lotus? Maybe I'll have to check this out. We just saw F. Murray Abraham in Cabinet of Curiosities, one of my favorite episodes. He was in that, the autopsy. which I found out was directed by the guy who did The Empty Man. And The Empty Man is one of my favorite horror movies of the last couple of years, guys. Probably of the last decade. The Empty Man, if you haven't seen that, ooh, starts off kind of like as a weird cult kind of thing going on, but then it just transforms into something totally different. Oh, great horror movie. The White Lotus. Looks like it also is going to have Aubrey Plaza. Maybe I'll have to start checking that out. Some more celebrity Halloween costumes. Lily Reinhardt, Madeline Pesh, and Camila Mendez as the Sanderson sisters. And apparently, Hocus Pocus 2 has come out as one of the best streaming performances on Disney Plus for them. People have really watched it. Now it'll die out in a little bit now because the Halloween season is over. But I haven't seen it yet. I should probably put it on one of these days and take a look at Hocus Pocus 2. These costumes look pretty good, I would say. Yeah. That's the okay. Yeah, those are good costumes. Kiki Palmer is Rogue. Yeah, we saw those ones. A Magical Christmas Village. Causeway. Yeah, that opens up this week too. Causeway. But it's going to be on Apple TV Plus. This that Jennifer Lawrence film that she plays like a Vietnam vet, or it's not Vietnam vet. She plays a wartime veteran who comes back home and has trouble readapting to life. But Brian Tyree Henry's going to be in that. She has like PTSD, right? We just seen him in Bullet Train, so he's good in that. And then Selena Gomez, My Mind and Me. We watched the trailers for that. I'm looking forward to seeing that too. She's awesome. New clip. Yeah, it's kind of like she's bearing her soul for everybody to take a look at, right? With all of her mental problems, physical problems, and stuff like that. Yeah, Happy Halloween. Sawin. Art Glass says, yeah. James Jude Courtney plays Michael Myers and Rohan Campbell on the set of Halloween Ends. More way we can get away from Halloween Ends is better for me. Causeway, yeah. Premise of The Gorge with Anya Taylor-Joy. and I almost said Taylor Johnson. Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller are going to star in this movie called The Gorge from Scott Derrickson. He did Black Phone and he did the first Doctor Strange. So this movie is going to be about two very dangerous young people who, despite their corrupt and lethal world they operate in, find a soulmate in each other. Anya Taylor-Joy, Miles Teller. He's just big from Top Gun Maverick. That'll be two performances that I'll be looking at. Theo James says the nudity in White Lotus Season 2 was toned down. Yeah, okay, yeah, we heard about that. The initial version was shot down way too much. Was shown way too much. So we did a subtle version. They toned it down. So if you were a Theo James fan, then you got to see him in the buff. Or you're going to see him in the buff. Threesome. Don't know what the heck that is. Described as a high-concept, character-driven comedy in vein of Knocked Up, the film explores the aftermath of one impulsive, seemingly innocent, innocuous decision. Okay. Saw was 18 years ago. Wow. Selena Gomez. I like that picture. Waverly Place. Because she was in Wizards of Waverly Place, right? Cool. Alright, I think that's pretty much it for the... No Homes 2 is 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. Cool. So people are liking it. And there's the Henry Cavill story, guys. Yeah, like, look, Liam is going to have the physique, I think, for it. It's just his acting. He's been kind of always been a little bit meh for me, right? And he's not quite as big as his brother, but he's still a big dude. Huh. Oh, we got a set photo from The Fall Guy. We talked about that today. I'll just save that. Ryan Gosling is the Fall Guy. Cool. Hopefully he's better than the Gray Man. 1 year ago today, Last Night in Soho. That's another cool one. Last Night in Soho is probably the only Edgar Wright film that I like, because it really introduced me to Thomasin McKenzie, who did fantastic. Anya Taylor-Joy is always great. Really weird twist to it, too. That movie had a weird twist. I liked it. I liked it a lot. She kind of like mirrors as Anya Taylor-Joy in this story. And it has Damon Targaryen in it, right? Matt Smith. This is Matt Smith right here. Cool. I'll have to revisit that one too. Huh. All right, guys. Oh, Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore reunited at a screening. That's cool. Anne Hathaway for Vogue. Wow, she really takes a stunning picture. She really does. See what she's got on here. This get up. Purple. Yeah, purple likes her. Cool. Avatar 2 is 3 hours long, guys. Happy birthday to Winona Ryder on the 29th. All right, guys. I think that pretty much wraps us up for today. We're over the hour mark. What's going to happen later on today? I'll publish a few more shorts from this. Just quick little shorts. And then we're going to try something new today, guys, at 5 o'clock. 5 p.m. today. There's just going to be like it's like the highlight reel. You know, for all those little reactions that we do for like She-Hulk and stuff, it's going to be like a small little highlight reel of all these news stories coming by at you really fast and quick. 5 p.m. today, that's going to get published, and it's only going to be like 5 to 6 minutes, up to 10 minutes long at the most, but it's just going to be me quickly going over these stories quickly and see if I can't get any more traction on the channel that way. But the channel is growing, so that's cool. All right, guys, join us next time. Join us tomorrow for more movie news. And I think we will do a live watch-along tomorrow. I think we will do a live watch-along for something. I just got to get back into it. Got to get back into it and keep things going for sure. So the way I thought I'd end out today is to just do what we do on Friday sometimes and whip out the old guitar. I've been playing a lot more electric lately too, because I just want to make sure that I'm practicing on all my instruments. And that's what we're going to end out on. I was trying to work with G harmonic minor, which would go like this. Yeah. So I've just been jamming like that for the last day or so, trying to figure out if I like it or not. that's what I was thinking about putting one of my songs, Queen of Hearts, that I never really got out of the gate right. Because that one went like this. But I felt like, while that uses the D and the A, like this, it never worked. Or at least in my mind it didn't work. So I was just going to fool around like that. Feel under such duress. Oh, without me, she became consumed with pure hate. Now it's her fate to take off your hands. Oh, 'cause I made her feel anger. 'Cause I made her feel anger. Because she is a queen of hearts. Oh, she demonstrates from the start. And she is my lucky card. And she is a queen of my heart. Yeah, something like that. See, that's what helps. It helps when you just figure it out, like, even if it's just on one string, figure out the key, and figure out where the song lives. Because all that is just this. And then you can play it on different parts of the neck, right? Where it works. But I don't know if that. 'Cause she is a queen of hearts. No? 'Cause she is a queen of hearts. No, that doesn't work. She is a queen of hearts. Yeah. Maybe that doesn't work. Demonstrate from the start. Yeah, that sounds a little bit better. And she is my lucky card, and she is a queen of my heart. it. I just jam it. Because I would want to hear that beat. But that's more in the D. Cool. Alright guys, we're still running here. Why not just play? Why not just jam? All right, so that was just switching in between like the major and the minors. Let's try not D. Let's try B. That's B major. B minor. No, that's not B minor. Yeah, it is. Where are we at? Yeah, I don't know where I'm at. All right, guys. Enjoy your Halloween, guys. Dress up, give out some candy, and I'll see you later on Mirror Domains. And if anything new big drops, any new kind of trailers, maybe we can take a look for that quickly. See if anything dropped here. Because sometimes the trailer drops while we're doing the show, and if it does, we'll watch it right now, but I don't think anything did. Otherwise, we would have seen it in the Twitter roundup, right? No? No one? Nothing. All right, guys. Happy Halloween, and enjoy your day. Enjoy the pumpkins and everything like that. I'll see you tomorrow on Mirror Domain.